Hey there. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Hey, Lisa Colovi. Hope you're doing well today. Hey, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Thanks for being here. Hey, Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. It has been a good day. How has your day been? It was a good day here. Weather's been delightful. Still kind of windy, but at least it's been warmer. So that's okay. We'll take it. But I think we've been, I'm going to look real quick. It's like 36 now, but we've been like in the 50s. But it feels colder than that because of the wind, but that's all right. But I went and helped a friend test out a kit today for needle felting, which was a pretty interesting experience. Hey, Spartman, howdy from the other side. Hey, SD Mountain Man, good to see you too. So yeah, so it's always nice. That's why I wanted to talk about like sharing the skills and so on, because I think it's really important for so many reasons. But we had a nice dinner out tonight, which is rare for us, but it was nice. It's restaurant week here, so you get like a lot of good deals for this week, local restaurants. And so we went out and celebrated that we paid off the student loans. Whoop, 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 whoop. So that was really good. Hey, Holman's Homestead. Spartman's often used as a bad example. Oh, two Rebecca's, two Lisa's in the chat could get dangerous and fun. Yeah. Had a wildfire here south of us. Good deal, but bad for others. Oh, sorry to hear that. There was some down on 79 today, south of us too, but they got them out, I think. Or I shouldn't say south of us. It was Pennington County. Hey, Broke Cowgirl. Good to see you, Gwen. Um, but yeah, so it was really nice to get out and have a nice dinner because it's rare that we do that. And exciting at the same time that the student loans are gone. A friend of mine to me today said to me, she's like, "And how old are you? And you just paid your student loans off?" And I said, "Well, you have to remember, I didn't get student loans until I was late 30s, early 40s. So I started very late to go back to school. So, but yeah, I wanted to talk about like, sharing the skills and how important it is. And, reason being is because if you don't share them, people just don't learn. And it's so valuable to have somebody share skills with you and teach you how to do something versus just reading how to do it. Um, I know a lot of influencers um, charge for skills, and it's like, I just think that's crazy. Was it worth it going back to school? It was for me. And I will tell you why. Hello, Natasha, by the way. It was for me. And the reason why was I was working office jobs and I wasn't getting paid very much, but it was a good mom job. I went back to school to be a social worker, a mental health counselor, and I ended up getting my associates, my bachelor's, and my master's in social work. And then I got licensed. Um, and that's what I had to do for that profession to be compensated enough to make up for it late in my life. So I think it depends on what you're going for. And obviously, social work is a very low paying job. You do it because you want to help people, not for the money. but I was able to secure some supervision or supervisory roles and also clinical director roles that were able to bump my pay considerably because of the responsibility. Um, so that definitely helped. And I think even though I didn't have a very long career in it because I chose to do what I'm doing now, we more than made up, more than were compensated than I would have been had I not done it, and more than paid off the student loans. We were just slower paying them off because as a more mature student, I was always advised to do that. So Scott said his loans went into his 40s. What are you thinking of going to school for, Natasha? I don't know if you want to share that. If you don't, I get it. Thank you, Suburban Hillbilly. Hey, River Rat Homestead. So yeah, so for me, that it increased my earning potential a lot compared to a regular office job. I would say that my pay doubled. Um, it over doubled when I was a director. So, um, and I still have my licenses. So if I needed to go do something, I could, because I worked too hard for them. And changing states with them all the time meant you had to change your licenses, which was always like a nightmare. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, so yeah, so let's talk about like what are the skills that you pass on to people. Because I can tell you there's a lot of people, if not all of you in the chat, I have learned stuff from, and I'm forever grateful that you've taught me. Because if people aren't willing to Okay, I'm back. What happened? I don't know. I don't know if StreamYard crashed or what. Can you guys see me and hear me? Okay. Thanks for hanging out and chatting, you guys. And if you're watching the replay, I apologize. For some reason, all of a sudden I saw that the scrolling on my screen, which is the first time I've seen that. Thank you. Thanks for hanging in there. You guys are the best. Anyway, I saw the scrolling on my screen and I was like, what is going on? And I'm looking at full service, full internet. So I don't know if it was StreamYard or what. But anyway, I had to restart my computer to get back in because every time I clicked on StreamYard, nothing happened. But I click on YouTube, it would come up. So let me just take care of all. Try it tonight. Yeah, exactly. But thank you for sticking around. Okay, let me just go back here. Okay, I'm just going to go back through some of the comments, and I don't know where the heck I was, but hold on. I've skated through and got my associate's degree all without taking loans, but now I work to the hospital and answer for the women's department, but I'm considering going to get my RN degree. Definitely a good field to go into because they are paying because there is a shortage. So smart. Yeah, and I didn't have loans for my associates. I had loans for my bachelor's and my master's. And for my bachelor's, I was able to shave off 1/3 of the tuition by getting a scholarship each year. That was my most expense was my bachelor's because I had to go to an accredited program. The closest school to me was a private school, and I had to pay private. When I did my master's, I did an advanced standing program where I attended 1 summer and 1 year. I didn't have to do 2 years, but it was UConn, so it was a state school, so I got it a lot cheaper. So we really didn't have many, so that was good. But yeah, Riverat said my daughter was lucky. I was able to pay her full tuition for 4 years at Iowa State. That's amazing. Totally get that 3-state certified and pesticide applicator. Oh gosh, yeah. And there's all the froze. Yeah, it wasn't your internet, it was mine, right? Or whatever was going on. Sorry. Now no Lisa. See how much we trust you, Lisa. We was all blaming ourselves. Here lately, our internet hasn't been good. They just keep raising the price. Yeah, it's crazy. This is the first house we've had internet that has been absolutely reliable and amazing. So I'm always skeptical to blame my internet because we have cable internet with high whatever speed. I don't know what you call it, but it's really good speed. And the reason why was I was working remotely when we first moved in, and we've just kept it because it's been delightful. So, and we don't have TV or anything. We just have the internet. So it works great. Thank you, Gwen, for letting everyone know. What did y'all do to Lisa? Hi, Annette. Good to see you. Hey, our treasured home. Good to see you. Maybe if we hit the like button, she'll come back. Yes, hit that like button. Thank you. I'm just trying to get caught up. Thank you. Yeah, this is one of my cheapo, my current dressy shirts. I have 2 of them. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we missed you. Thanks, Rebecca. Okay. Rebecca at Suburban Hillbilly said she never went to college, and that's okay too. Right, but I only want to work remotely, so not sure if I could find something for a remote nurse. So, insurance companies do reviews and reviews of care and pre-certifications. I was doing it remotely when I first got out here, and it was basically to present a clinical case of a current client to the insurance company to ask for payment because they would only pay so many days, and then you would ask for payment and go farther. Now, I'm not a nurse, that was for mental health and substance abuse, but anyway, that was you may need experience in the field to do it remotely. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of remote positions available. As for sharing skills, canning is a big one for me. Crochet, sewing, gardening, all great skills to be able to share. Absolutely. My daughter went to a 1-year program for LVN school that was paid through the hospital. Once they graduated, paid half the tuition. That's amazing. Hey, Drops Family Garden. Yeah, and I think it's really important to share those skills because, like I was saying earlier, a lot of you have taught me things, whether it's gardening, canning. I mean, there's so much I couldn't even capture it all. Even if you taught me, like Annette at the Cow Emporium has taught me about cows, her and Glenn. I don't have cows, but I have learned so much about cows and calving and taking care of cows from them. And I think those are all great skills to learn. I volunteered through the Master Gardener program. I did a little bit of everything, also did animal rescue, tried to educate pet owners on proper pet care. Exactly. That's excellent. Those are things that are needed. Believe it or not, people don't know. And the other thing too is like going to my fiber group. I mean, I'm watching these ladies share their talents, share their time, share their passion by teaching other people. And it's not just me. We have new people showing up each week now. And they just don't hesitate to share knowledge on how to knit or how to fix an issue. What are some of the things to do? And to me, that's just so important. Right now, I answer phones remotely, and anyone that needs a nurse, I send a message back for the nurse to call. So why can't I be the nurse on the other end getting paid more to do the same thing? Exactly. So you can get your RN with 2 years. You can get your BSN with a 4 year. So I don't know if your associates will carry that way, but that's something to think about. And then you got to pass the test, your boards, and get licensed. The widow across the highway didn't even know how to remove battery cables and clean the posts and charge a battery. I taught her how to do that this week. She's a registered nurse. Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. Teaching people how to do things is, to me, more valuable than anything, right? Because if somebody just takes the time, it's just amazing. RN is 4 years there. Huh. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I thought it was 2 years. Natasha, do you know? Am I wrong? I thought you could do I don't know. I could be wrong. I'll have to think about it. That's interesting. Huh. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna go with what you guys think. Um, and I think, hey, Rise and Swine, good to see you, Sarah. Oh, I tried making bread, following a bunch of you guys' recipe. Turned out pretty good, and I need to figure out canning. Great job, River Rat. I love it. Awesome job. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I got it wrong then. And that's right, Spartman. Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's worth it. It's definitely, smart enough to go for it. Natasha, if you think it's worth it for you, I mean, the other thing too is your kids, excuse me, your kids are younger now and you could end up with a remote position, but having an RN would allow you to have great skills as you mature and would really open up your opportunities. So, stress spelled backwards is desserts. Yeah, absolutely. Very smart, Natasha. That's a great thing to think about. You guys are funny. I'm glad you guys corrected me. I thought I was thinking of something different. Um, but yeah, I think it's just really important to teach skills to people and pass them on, whether you pass it on to your children or you pass it on to other people. Um, One of the things that I've been enjoying doing is spinning lately, and it's just it's been perfect. I mean, because I've got people who want to teach me. And why do we want to learn all these skills? Well, the other day, right? We had the meat slicer and we got that amazing meat slicer given to us, and it's a commercial one. We got it all cleaned up, all ready to go, fixed the feet on it that needed new feet. And we needed a cover for it because we want to be able to keep the dust off of it, right? So that way you can just give it a quick rinse and use it and it's good to go. And then wash it when you're done and cover it back up. So it took me 15 minutes to just wrap material around it, pin it, no pattern, and just make a cover for it because I know how to sew. And to me, that's what's valuable about having all these skills. When you need something, you know how to do it. And it becomes second nature. And I think that's really important. I know it is for me. I have been. And today I learned needle felting, and it's not something I want to do all the time. But it was fun to learn and do, and it was actually easier than I thought. I thought it would be a lot harder. The hardest part was sticking the needle right in my finger a couple times, but other than that, I was good. Yes, relearning basic skills at 55 is a blessing and a pain in the butt at the same time. It can be. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been learning how to make some IoT items that I can remote control basic on-off functions for things around the yard. That's cool. That's really cool. You're gonna make yourself a snowblower that you can remote control, so you can take care of that snow if we get any. Internet of Things. Okay. Very cool. Um, but yeah, I just think for me, skills are really important. And, just go out there and put yourself out there and learn things. You know what I mean? It's just like whether it's canning, don't be intimidated by it. Just do it. Um, I've tried, but the wife won't listen to my instructions. You're so bad. I need to brush up on welding. Haven't done it for years. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean just some basics, right? Because you want that weld to hold. And that's really important. But yeah, it's good to brush up on things, even if you haven't done them in years. Um, you know, like sewing the cover isn't the end of the world if the stitches didn't hold or something like that. But I just took leftover fabric and made something up, or I can take fiber and I can make clothing if needed, make yarn if needed. Am I saying that the world is going to collapse and that's why we need to do it? No. but you never know. So I think it's just really good to learn all that stuff, because if you ever had, if you're ever out there and you're doing something and you see somebody doing something and you're like, that looks interesting to me. I might like that. Go try it. Seriously, go try it. I get so annoyed when I try something new and it isn't perfect the first time, so I don't try new things often. Yeah, you got to let that go. It's really hard. I used to have that feeling myself where I'd be sitting there and I'd be thinking, hey, Barb's Country Home, good to see you. Where I would be thinking, how come mine doesn't look perfect? Once you let go of the perfection thing and you realize that you're learning, the class I took, for example, was really helpful. The folks in the class were literally breaking down the fiber and just letting it twist and feeding it in. They weren't trying to actually draw it, right? Where that's the technique, is the drawing. And they were stuck on perfection and they were stuck on a lot of things. And I was like, not worried about perfection. It's going to be lumpy bumpy because I don't know how to do it. I'm still learning. And that's why I'm making that throw blanket of all the fiber that I'm spinning, because I'm hoping by the time I'm done with spinning the fiber for the blanket, I will have gotten a lot better. So I've got 3 colors in the blanket now. So it's only about, I don't know, this wide, or yeah, that long. And I can already see a difference from the first one to the third one. And to me, that's satisfying, because it may not have been perfect, but no worries, drops. But I can see the progress over time. The other thing is, when you're learning a new skill, so, and I'm sorry, but it's easier for me to compare to spinning because it's like right in my head. The fiber would break, right? The fiber would break. And then I'd have to stop and do this stuff. I figured out how to stop the fiber from breaking. It still happens, but I figured out, to me, that was more rewarding because I figured out how to stop the machine, bulk it up a little, and stop it from breaking. So it's like all those problem solving things as you're learning are super helpful. Let me go back to the comments. That's right. Barb made her sourdough bread, and you did an amazing job, Barb. Your bread looked amazing. So frustrating to know how to do things in my brain, but making my body understand what the brain is saying is so frustrating. That is frustrating. Very frustrating. Or when you're watching somebody else and you're like, that looks so easy, why can't I do it? You can't compare yourself to somebody who's been doing it for a while. Like the girl who taught me has been spinning for probably 12 years. So she's going to make it look easy. She's going to teach me the right way. And it's hard. I wish the school system would bring back home economics and woodworking and shopping instead of DEI classes. Yeah, I mean, they don't have the back a home economics and the woodworking and shop. Ryan took all of those and loved them. Oh, no worries, Suburban Hillbilly. No worries. That's right, Rebecca. Never had a thought I would ever learn to crochet, and look at the amazing things that I can make now. Absolutely. Absolutely. I never thought I would figure out how to learn to knit. I don't like it as much as crochet. I would prefer to spin over knitting. Part of that is because I get frustrated with it and it's so slow and I have to pay attention. Crochet, I can just sit there and watch TV and do it. But I agree. You look back at all the things that you make and it feels really good to make things with your hands, like making soap, making crochet, knitting, spinning, all the things that folks make. It's incredible. Growing things in the garden too. Home economics is important. I agree. Very important. Barb tried to make sourdough pretzels. They were hard as a rock. So I'm trying again. Exactly. Not the end of the world. Just keep going. Just keep going. A little school has ag mechanic class, which I love. It includes woodworking as well as metal. Yes. So important. Yeah, they don't teach them that, River Rat. They just do not teach that kind of stuff, and it's a shame because they need life skills. I mean, I can tell you, if we went back in time and had to do it all over again, we would have definitely homeschooled, which was not as big a thing back then. It was doable, but it just wasn't a big popular thing then. But I definitely would have homeschooled. But yeah, I mean, it's just like you're always going to be, it's not going to be perfect the first time, but just do it. It's okay if it's not perfect. Like, and I believe, Barb, I was telling you, just make the bread. Don't worry about it. Just make it and keep doing it. And once you keep doing it and keep doing it, you get better. Like bread. Now Barb wants a good ear on her bread, and that's great. If that's what you want, go for it. Excuse me. Gardening seemed overwhelming at first, always a hit and miss, but still enjoy it. That's wonderful. And then, yeah, beekeeping was a bit more intimidating, but I'm so thankful I've kept up on it. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I agree, Gwen. I knew nothing about homeschooling back in the day. I was able to teach an option class for grade 8s. It was Adulting 101. We had so much fun. And yeah, that's the thing. That's like the really valuable life skills, and it's like so important to learn that kind of stuff. It'll come, Barb. It'll come. You'll get an ear, Barb. Just keep doing it. Don't stop just because there's no ear. The other thing is slice deeper. You'll get one. When I first started gardening, my garden was an acre. Talk about overwhelmed. No kidding. I couldn't even imagine. I haven't even started seeds yet. Lord have mercy. But I think about all the things that I have learned, even just from 2020 to now, not even looking back at all the other things that I learned. It almost feels like a butterfly, coming out of the cocoon, right? It's just like, it's all these things I just never thought of, or I never was exposed to even think about it, right? Because I have a friend who has a sheep farm, and I helped with shearing, and I helped prep fleeces. And those are the things that I wasn't exposed to before, on a small level. I kind of homeschooled. They went to school and I would show them easier ways to get the answers. That's cool. Hey, Alfonso, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm not doing tomatoes this year, or I'm not doing many, so I'm taking my time. I'm enjoying the slowdown right now. We'll still have a month or two of snow, supposedly, because spring is our heavy snow season. So really, I'm taking advantage of just enjoying the slower time, because then we'll, into April, we'll have our meat birds, and, we'll be putting Grant in with the girls this weekend and all that kind of stuff. It was horrible. I loved it. I love the produce, but oh my God, I go to water it and be gone 4 hours. Find you dead in the garden from heat stroke. Oh my gosh. Exactly, Barb. Exactly. And that's the thing. The best way to show gratitude to the people who have taught you all the things is to share those skills onto other people, you know? Hi, Annie, our urban homestead. Good to see you. River Rat says, I still have snow in places. I haven't started any seeds yet. Yeah, I just have snow where we plowed because we finally plowed once. So, oh, what a delightful thing. Hold on, guys. Let me handle this. Thank you, Lisa. How delightful. Yeah. Hey, Sarah. Faithfully Fit Kitchen. Good to see you. Sorry, I was taking care of a disgusting human being who came in the chat. Yeah, we ordered our birds. We'll have them the end of April. We ordered them from the homesteading store, and they come the end of April. We had to do a 15 minimum of Cornish cross and a 15 minimum of Dakota white. We've never tried them before. We figured we'd try them. But I know that a friend of mine was trying to order chickens the other day and said the dates were out till September. So take a look now because you may be waiting a long time to get them because for us, September is way too late in the year to have them. I mean, if you're guaranteed a warm beginning of the winter, that's fine, but otherwise, no. We'd rather have them earlier in the spring than we would later. I've been hearing that chickens will soon be extinct due to the bird flu. What would the world be like without chickens? I don't think they'll be extinct. I think that there'll just be a lot of changes. Yeah, I've heard that they want to inject them with mRNA vaccines. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about that either, but the chicks that you have, Barb, are they they're the laying chicks, or did you see meat birds while you were there? Because I'm sorry, I was actually talking about meat birds because a friend of mine went to order Cornish cross and said she couldn't get, excuse me, until September. Our farm and fleet sold out in 2 hours. Yeah, I bet. Okay, laying chicks. That's what I thought. Okay. Yep. Yeah, here they sell the Cornish cross in the store and we try to take advantage of them. And then what we do is we get a certain amount that we want, which will cover us. Then we try to go back because sometimes when you go back, you can get them for like $2 a piece because they've been sitting in the store and not everybody's buying them. I heard Hoover's is only supplying to farm stores this year. Interesting. Here we go again. Hold on, I got it, Lisa. Okay, I think I got that permanently handled. What a delightful, crazy person. Um, We had a hard time getting ours ordered. Sarah, can you say like a little bit about what the problem was? You had a hard time getting them ordered. Was it because of who you were ordering them from, or River Rat said his are going to be there in April. That's awesome. Yeah, ours are the last week in April. Ours are coming from a North Dakota hatchery, which is a little smaller. But we're going to give it a shot. I remember when you got 13 roosters, Barb. Crazy. We when we hatched out, we got a bunch of roosters too. We ended up using them for dog food. Quite honestly. But I know that's hard. Not everybody can do that. Just want to make sure. Sorry, guys. Tonight is turning into quite the fun event between me disappearing and freezing up and then some. Lisa Colovi is on it. Huh. This is just weird. Hold on a second, guys. Actually, tell me what you're looking forward to learning while I go look at something. I'm going to change a setting here real quick. So just type in the chat and let me know what you're looking forward to learning. And what I'm going to do is try to type in something here that limits nastiness, if you know what I mean. So hang on a minute. Bear with me. Okay, I think. Okay, here we go. Just trying to fix something real quick. Bear with me. Sorry that I have to do this now, but I'm trying to see if I can get rid of. Ironically, very strange. Okay, I've done all I can do for right now. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Thanks for helping me while I did that. Rooster, so Barb gives her roosters to the farm across the street. Sparkman said roosters just mean more meat to eat. River Rat said I did 25 Cornish cross and 25 red broilers. Very nice. Yep, we usually order from Hoover's and have never had issues, but had to head to our local AG store to get them ordered. Won't be here till May. That's so late. Okay. Sometimes there's a benefit to having them delivered to the local ag store, even though that's a pain. I used to have ours delivered there, and what I liked was ours gave a 24-hour guarantee in addition to the hatchery, which I liked. Alfonso is looking to learn about farm safety. That's really good. Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly, is looking to walk without her walker soon. One day at a time, girl. One day at a time. Rebecca, Touched by Yarn, wants to learn to organize her life better. Well, that's a good one. Good night, River Rat. Hug on that granddaughter. Spartan wants to make it so 2 tragic lab events turn him into a supervillain. There's a goal. Lord have mercy. Nancy's learning more about herbs to help her body heal in a more natural way to help with blood clots and osteoarthritis. That's a great goal. Lots of stuff there. Yeah. We've had this before. I may have to end because it's the best way to just deal with it. Yep, I deleted that one. I keep banning and deleting. Hey, Ivan, good to see you. I think I missed some stuff with dealing with this nasty other man who keeps showing up. Hope you're doing well, Ivan. We're dealing with a nasty bot who keeps showing up. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. That's what I've done. I've banned him, and ironically, he's on the ban list for the channel. So comes back and a million other things. In fact, I got to take a picture so I can make sure I add that in there. Better than you were 2 days ago? Were you feeling sick, Ivan? We've been deleting the comments, Spartman, but they keep leaving some nasty comments about staring at my chest. So inappropriate. Inappropriate. We don't tolerate that here. Oh, well, I hope you feel better, Ivan. I'm glad you're better today. I'm sorry you had to miss work. Oh, my gnome. You want me to show my gnome? I don't have it with me because I let her keep it, but let me see here. So that's the one I did for a friend. That was the needle felting we did. It was pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. I know, Spartman. I'm going to have to send the boss after him. The boss is snoozing on the couch, holding it down right now. Yeah, it was cute. We had to follow the instructions since we had never done it before and make sure that her instructions would work for a newbie. And so we tested them out and gave feedback on what needed to be in there, like when we had asked a question. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. So I told her keep mine as a display because she sells kits with them. So it's pretty cool. But all right, guys. Well, I'm probably going to get going because we don't need to be fighting bots all night. And so I'm going to make a few changes on the back end of the channel. But I appreciate the moderators in here tonight, Rebecca and Lisa, who are blasting Mr. Inappropriate tonight. I appreciate it. 5 pints in a carry canner, set it and forget it. That is the best thing about that thing. I love it. I think gnomes look like John. That's funny. I know. I just don't want to spend money on stuff. I know. Well, I just want to say thank you very much, guys, for putting up with the fact that we froze earlier and I disappeared and came back. And you all were sitting here waiting, blaming it on yourselves, but I appreciate your loyalty so much because you guys rock. And again, thanks again for putting up with the bot too. So remember, share those skills. All right, love to y'all. Have a great weekend. Take care. See you next week.